The tragic sinking of a boat carrying asylum seekers bound for Australia has reignited the ugly political brawl over border protection.
Try as they might, neither side of politics could resist the temptation to use the tragedy to attack the other.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line.
This is a tragedy, something that the government foretold.
There is only one group of people who are to blame for this, and that is the people smugglers.
The strongest possible deterrent is to have the arrangement between Malaysia and Australia implemented.
I'm not in the business of going over the top in my attacks on ministers' policies.
It really is incumbent upon the opposition to put aside their personal interest and move to consider that matter again.
I'm very disappointed that a junior minister in the government has politicised what is a very tragic event.
I thought it was grubby and disgraceful.
We do not want to see any more lives lost at sea.
Last night was no time for him to be scoring political points off the back of a horrible tragedy.
Are we human? Or are we dancers?
Stop.
My hands are cold.
If it is so important that the Malaysia people swap be put into effect, will the government immediately bring before the Parliament for a vote the people swap legislation?
We will bring it before the House when they vote for it.
This is a tragedy. Issues like this need to be dealt with, and this is why it is important that the measure in question be brought into this House for a vote urgently.
This is an extraordinary position being put by the opposition.
Order. Now, there's a time for politics, but there's a time for leadership. Mr Abbott should show some.
Earlier, the member for Cook said that he did not want to politicise the tragedy.
You come into this place right now.
The manager of opposition business will resume his seat. The manager of opposition business will resume his seat.
They are moving a motion to bring on a bill that they don't support. Absurd!
They can't stop the boats, but please bring on the votes. Bring on the votes.
There is no message we're receiving. Let me know, is your heart still beating?
They engage in a blame game in the same breath as announcing tragedy.
And when it comes to border protection, this is a government which should simply have died of shame.
I mean, the sort of language and political discourse created by the Leader of the Opposition is one that does no credit to his great party, does no credit to this Parliament, and does no credit to this nation.
Cheers.